episode of Biggest Bosses of American History. I'm your host, John C. Calhoun, and on the left is the great compromiser, Henry Clay.
We have a star-studded lineup today, John. This is going to be close.
Let's start by telling the audience how the game is played.
Good idea. Each historical figure gets a chance to show themselves in action, followed by a brief description of their endeavors.
Each winner must exemplify the utmost level of bossery. Only the best of the best and the worst of the worst will be considered. A select panel of judges then determines the winner.
Alright, let's get the show on the road. Who's first, John?
We start the day off with Samuel Bennett, one of the best-known thimble artists to ever cruise the Mississippi River. The king of the thimbles and the Napoleon of the thimble riggers, made his living at the thimble ruse and other con games so proficiently that in the early 1840s, stringent laws were passed in several states that specifically prohibited the game.
Hey, you.
Me?
Yeah, you want to make a bet?
Sure.
I'll pick the two without the ball. Okay?
Hey!
Next up, we have Abner Doubleday, a United States Army officer and Union general in the American Civil War. Firing the first shot in the defense of Fort Sumter, the opening battle of the war, he had a pivotal role in the early fighting of the Battle of Gettysburg. Abner is also credited with obtaining the first patent for a cable car that runs in San Francisco, which still runs there today. DeWitt Clinton was an early American politician who served as United States Senator and the 6th Governor of New York. He was largely responsible for the construction of the Erie Canal, and even gained reputation within American history for being the one to appropriate funds from not only private investors, but government as well. He also served as the scribe for Tammany Hall, and ran against James Madison in 1808 for the position of president. It is also important to note that his political career was launched when his uncle, the George Clinton, used his clout within Tammany Hall to push support for his nephew DeWitt.
Welcome, friends. My name is DeWitt Clinton, and this is my Tammany Hall. I invite you to play my Tammany Hall board game published by Pandasaurus Games. A wonderful treat for the young ones and old alike. And also, please take a swim in my wonderful Erie Canal. I'm sure that you will enjoy it.
Eugene Victor Debs was born on November 5th, 1855. He was to become an American Union leader, one of the founding members of the Industrial Workers of the World, or the IWW, also known as the Wobblies. And several times he ran as the candidate for the Socialist Party of America, for the President of the United States. At the time, he was the best known socialist in the country. Debs actually educated himself about socialism in prison, reading the complete works of Karl Marx, and emerged to launch his career as the nation's most prominent socialist in the first decades of the 20th century. He ran as the Socialist Party candidate for presidency in 1900, 1904, 1908, 1912, and 1920, the last time from his prison cell. This communist has been aided by translation. Hello, my name is Eugene Debs, communist leader of American working man. I run 5 times for president. Every time one of these capitalist democratic heathen comes up from their disgusting lair in the earth to steal my votes, The people wanted me. It is known. I help them. I give them cross of gold, everything they want. Gilded Age, my Russian patootie. You call them trusts? Let me tell you, I call my friend Carl, Mr. Marx. Remember him? Let's just say one last thing. Sickle and hammer are not just for farming. Preston Brooks, born August 5th, 1819, was a Democratic congressman from South Carolina during the period just prior to the Civil War. Brooks is primarily remembered for severely beating Senator Charles Sumner with a metal-tipped cane on the floor of the United States Senate. Little do people know, he actually received assistance from a fellow senator named Lawrence M. Keitt. Sumner, who is known for his intense abolitionist speeches, was severely injured by the attack, suffering head trauma that would cause him health difficulties for the rest of his life. Although both Brooks and Keitt were censured from the Senate and later resigned, their absences created a gap in the Senate that the public chose to fill with no one other than the original senators. Thus, Brooks and Keitt made names for themselves as some of the biggest bosses of American history.
And liberty is what comes to a man. What a man does not get is his ungiven liberties. And that, my friend, is not what we are about in this great union of the United States of America. What say you to this?
I don't like your tone, sir.
Excuse me?
Don't make me come over there.
Please, Mr. Brooks. Mr. Brooks! Mr. Brooks! Mr. Brooks!
If I fall down, I will get back up. If you push me down, I will pull you down with me. These words were spoken by one of the worst strategist generals in American history, General Ambrose Burnside. Ambrose Everett Burnside was an American soldier, a railroad executive, an inventor, industrialist, and politician from Rhode Island, serving as both a governor and a U.S. senator. As a Union Army general in the American Civil War, he conducted somewhat successful campaigns in North Carolina and East Tennessee, but was completely obliterated in the disastrous Battle of Fredericksburg and the Battle of the Crater, earning his reputation as one of the most incompetent generals of the war. His distinctive style of facial hair is now known as sideburns, which obviously is derived from his last name. It's a mighty fine day to be a general in the Union Army.
What are my orders, sir?
Clark, go up the hill, shoot some stuff. Attaboy.
Roger.
Ah.